Feeling stuck is one of the worst feelings, especially if you're somebody who reads the books and watches the videos, and no matter how much you read or watch, you still feel stuck. Now, there's a lot of reasons why you may feel stuck, and we discuss a lot of those in this channel, but in this video, I want to talk about a specific one. And ironically, the way that you get unstuck is by not watching videos like this. But I guess in order to figure out what to do instead, you have to watch this video. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Jorge Calaos. I'm a business lawyer based in Florida, specializing in high-stakes lawsuits, and in this channel, we explore the principles and the strategies to help us live more productive, meaningful, and fulfilling lives. Now, it sounds funny, but a lot of us are afraid of success. We're afraid of progress, of becoming more. It's like that old quote goes, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Now, if you're anything like me, when you hear this kind of stuff, it makes absolutely no sense, but I've delved deeper into it, and it actually does make sense. You see, our brains are wired for the jungle. They are wired for survival. And the thing that our brains love the most is familiarity and comfort. And so if you've been at a certain level your entire life, if you've been a certain kind of person your entire life, the idea of succeeding is very scary to your brain because it requires stepping into unfamiliar territory. And our brains don't know what threats are in that unfamiliar territory. Moreover, if we've been a certain kind of person our entire lives, then it's very scary and very weird and very discomforting to all of a sudden become a different kind of person. And all this is fear. It's fear of the unknown. Now, how do we combat fear? One of my favorite ways to combat fear is to combat it in small, consistent doses. What this does is it builds your courage muscle, because courage, as you probably have heard, is not the absence of fear, but it's the ability to be able to act in spite of and in the face of fear. And the way we build that courage muscle is by acting in the face of fear. Now, that sounds scary, but I promise you that there is some amount of fear that you can act in the face of. Let's use the analogy of lifting weights. Maybe right now you can only bench the bar, but maybe if you continue benching the bar, eventually you will be able to put 5-pound plates on each side. And then eventually, after doing enough of that, you'll be able to put 10-pound plates on each side. And then eventually, after doing enough of that, you'll be able to put 25-pound plates on each side, and so on and so forth. If you start with the bar and you're consistently exercising that strength, you will eventually get to that 45, potentially. Obviously, there's genetic and biological limitations to the physical reality, but you get my point. And so mentally, we work the same way. Maybe we can only face a certain amount of fear. Maybe we can only put our little pinky toe into the unknown. But if we start putting our little pinky toe into the unknown over and over and over again, all of a sudden we can maybe put our big toe into the unknown. And then if we do that over and over again, maybe we can put half our foot, and then a whole foot, and then one leg, and then two legs, and then all of a sudden we're jumping into the unknown. But you may not be able to jump into the unknown right now. And so if you can think of things that you want to do but that you're afraid of doing, you know that these are things you want to do but you are afraid. They bring up fear. When you think about these things, they bring up fear. Those are the things that you should try to do, especially if it scares you and it excites you at the same time. That is a perfect combination, because if it excites you, that means that there's a reason for you to move in that direction. That means that that is the way that you potentially are supposed to go. And if it scares you, that means it's outside of your comfort zone. And so not only are you moving in the direction of your purpose, but you're also moving in the direction of growth. And so if you do these things little by little by little, let's use an example. Maybe you're scared to talk to girls, and maybe you can't have a full-fledged 25-minute conversation with some random stranger. Maybe you can't even look them in the eyes. So maybe you start with making eye contact with women as you walk by them, and then maybe you upgrade to making eye contact and giving them a little bit of a smile. Then you upgrade to saying good morning, and then eventually you work your way up to having a quick 15-second conversation, then 30-second conversation, then 2-minute conversation, and so on and so forth. Another example is, maybe there's this business idea that you have, or this idea in general for something that you want to do, or something that you want to build, or something that you want to create. What's one thing you can do that you're excited about, but it also scares you? Do that thing, and then do the next thing, and then do the next thing. And over time, those things will become scarier, but because your courage muscle will be stronger, you'll be better able to face them. That's the cool thing about this, is that if you consistently exercise courage over and over and over again, your courage muscle will get stronger, and you'll be able to step into more unknown places, and all of a sudden, the whole world opens up to you. Now, the way you do this is little by little by little by little, and that is what I call the Kaizen philosophy. philosophy. The Kaizen philosophy tells us that we don't try to build a skyscraper all at once. We don't try to jump into the unknown. We start brick by brick by brick, toe by toe by toe. And then over time, as we lay enough bricks, we start to get exponential return on our investments. But it only happened because we did it day by day by day by day. When we take it day by day by day by day, two things happen. Number one, our level of overwhelm and anxiety goes down significantly because instead of looking at the skyscraper, we're just looking at a couple of bricks. And number two, we act better because we're focused on the things we can control or we can manage, which is the present moment. And so because we're exclusively and narrowly focused on the present moment, we act upon the present moment better. We're not distracted by the skyscraper. Now, if you're someone who really does feel stuck, I really hope that you found this useful. And if you did, please join the community. Leave me a comment letting me know what you liked and what you want to see more of. And if you want to watch another video that's somewhat similar to this one right here on the mindset shift that changed everything for me is a very good watch. And if you want even more resources, feel free to check the link in the description box below that will take you to my website where you can download your free copy of the 5-step morning routine, a quick start guide to high performance and peace of mind. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.